Hello, welcome to your yoga mat. I would strongly suggest you have a block today. It's just going to help us to kind of isolate some muscles and to enhance some of the poses. If you don't have one, really don't worry about it. You can still do the same poses. It'll just be a little bit different. So let's get started on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together, knees butterfly open. And I would invite you to take goalpost arms on the earth that will allow the collarbones and the chest to open up. Pay attention to your body right away. Notice if you need to draw the heels in closer, which is probably doubtful this early in the practice, or maybe push the heels and the feet closer to the edge of the mat, depending upon how your hips are feeling today. And then take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Close your eyes and just begin to really focus on the breath. See if you can fill up each lobe of the lungs. Often we simply breathe into that uppermost lung. And so instead, really focus in on filling the lungs, sending the breath into the lowest lobe. And you'll know you get there because the belly actually begins to expand as well. On your exhale, allow that breath to slowly release from the lungs and send it right back out through the nose. When you are able to control your breath, you are able to begin to control the nervous system, which allows you to release stress, and it simply has a lot of hold on many aspects of your health. Control your breath, and you control your health. Draw your knees together and step your feet to the outer edges of the mat as the knees come together at center. This will feel a little bit different. It's a position we don't often take. See if you can tilt the pelvic floor up a little bit as you push the low back down. Deep filling inhale. Deep releasing exhale. And then walk the feet hip distance apart. Separate the knees a little bit. We'll set up a bridge pose here. Arms begin long at your side so that you can tuck the shoulders under. And then bend the elbows, robot the arms. Push into the upper arms and lift the hips toward the sky. Pushing down into the feet rather evenly. You really want to push down into the heels as you lift the hips. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Lower each vertebrae slowly down onto the earth. And then we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh, reach on through and pull the left thigh toward the body for a supine half pigeon. You can flex both feet here and then just lightly push the right knee forward. Release that side down to the earth and change sides. Right foot to the earth, cross the left ankle over the thigh. Reach on through, pull that figure four toward the body as you push the left knee forward and flex both feet. And release that. Bring knees to 90 degrees. Hands can come behind the head. Lift the chin toward the sky as the shoulders come off of the earth. Point the toes and then release them to the top edge of the mat and lift them back up to center 90 degrees. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, toes to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock and roll up to seated and then actually come to the knees. You'll bring that block underneath the knees at that medium height. Actually at the low height, I should say. Toes are tucked under, and then we'll sink our hips back onto the heels. Tilt the pelvic floor up toward the rib cage. Reach for the opposite elbows with the arms. Gaze forward. Take a deep breath in, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, hinge on over to the right. Opening up the side body as you stretch out the feet. Come back to center. Inhaling, reaching. Exhale, hinging to the left. Inhale to center. Release the hands to the earth. Come off of that block. Set it off to the side for a bit. And then tuck the toes under. Send the hips high. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, wave it forward to a high plank. Exhale, send it back, down dog. Inhale it forward, high plank. Exhale to send it back. One more time, wave forward, high plank. Exhale, send the hips back, down dog. Walk the feet to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold, crown of the head toward the earth. Inhale, rise tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, high twist to the right. Keep the hips centered. Reach the right arm behind you. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, high twist to the left. Draw the belly in as you twist. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, little back bend. Goal post the arms. Push the hips forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to the heart, closing the eyes for Samasthiti. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, softening the shoulders. We'll take a cycle of breath in gratitude for someone or something in your day today. And a cycle of breath in forgiveness of yourself or of another. And a cycle of breath to set your intention. And perhaps today that is to be aware of your breath. And then inhale, reach to the sky, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Pause here, find your strength. You're pushing the earth away with the hands, aligning the elbows, shoulders, and wrists. Draw the belly in. Spread the shoulders across the back. Feel the back of the thighs pushing up to the sky. Gazes forward. Shift your face forward. You're on the tops of your toes. Bend the elbows to the back of the room. Lower halfway. Inhale through. Upward facing dog. Exhale it back. Downward facing dog. Be aware of each inhale and each exhale. On your inhale, come to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise tall, Tadasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step it back, chaturanga. You can come to your knees as you take this chaturanga. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to tricep. Lower it to the wrist. Lift it back to the tricep. Send it high to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Spin the back heel down. Push down into the right heel. Rise up, warrior one. Think about spinning that back thigh, the left thigh, down toward the earth. Draw the right hip back and listen to your breath. Exhale, airplane the arms, reaching the crown of the head forward, squeezing shoulder blades together. Inhale, rise to warrior one, but allow the lower body to sink in. Exhale, hands to the earth, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Lower it to the wrist. Lift to the tricep. Send it high to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Spinning the back heel down, drawing the left hip back as you rise up, warrior one. Can you push down into your left heel and then back into that right heel? Exhale to airplane the arms. Being curious, how long can you make that spine, reaching the crown of the head away from the back foot? Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the earth, step it back, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale, step to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Grab that block, set it at the middle of the mat, and rise up tall. We're going to take tree pose on the block. So this is about really activating the gluteus medius. It's a middle muscle in your butt. That's really important to stabilizing the pelvic floor and to protecting kind of the low back. So step on the block with your right foot. Palms can come to heart center. Setting your drishti, your gaze, and then lifting the left foot to your standing leg. And I usually bring my foot all the way up to my thigh, but today on the block, I'm just going to focus on having it right at the calf. Maybe you are able to bring it all the way up to where you normally do, or you keep the toes on the earth. Focus on your breath. We're going to stay on this side, but release the tree pose. Keep your right foot on the block and step your left foot behind you into a bit of a lunge. Keep the back heel lifted. Hands can come to heart center. And we're going to take 5 lunge dips here. So bending that left knee to the earth. Inhale, straighten the back leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Push down into the block. Really activate that muscle. One more time. And step forward. We'll set up the other side. So this time we step that left foot onto the block. Gaze in front of you, set your drishti, listen to your breath, draw the belly in, push into the block, and lift that right foot to the standing leg. Tree pose. Can you open up that knee to the side a little bit more? Release the tree pose. Step the right foot behind you. Heel is lifted. A little bit of a wide stance for these little lunge dips. Hands can come to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to lunge, bending the back knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Notice your use of the gluteus medius as we take these lunge dips. This is quite useful when we do crescent lunges and any of our balance poses. We're at 5, step it forward, and set that block off to the side. Inhale, Tadasana, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, stepping it back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale to step it forward, spin the back heel down, rise up, warrior 2. So push down into that right heel, centering the shoulders over the hips, and opening up the hips as you push into the nice edge of that back foot. Rib cage shifts forward, side angle pose. Right hand hovers inside of the front ankle. Left fingertips reach a little bit taller, stretch out the armpit, and then flip the palm to take a half bind, bringing that arm behind the back. Fill up every lobe of the lungs, and then slowly release that air. Left arm to the sky. Return to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Right arm reaches tall. Make sure the hip bones face forward. Reach a little bit taller. Exhale, hinge forward, reach forward, Trikonasana, triangle pose as the right hand comes to the shin or the ankle. Top hand to the hip, gaze down. Bend the front knee till it stacks over the ankle, toe heel the back foot in. Reach for the black half moon pose. Press into the pose, lifting that back leg to hip height, and then reaching the left arm to finish off the pose. It really is important to use a block, or if you have a soup can or something underneath the right hand, because it really allows you to make the adjustments in this pose to stack the joints. Top hand to the earth, standing splits. Dial down that left pinky toe. Begin to lift your gaze, come to your fingertips. Now engage that right glute, especially draw in the hip, and see if you can reach the arms back for airplane pose. Bend the front knee. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Crescent lunge, pushing down into the right heel and engaging the glute. Set your drishti. Hands come to heart center. Lean forward, lift the back heel. Twist to the right, releasing that left elbow outside the right thigh. Stay here or open up the arms, earth to sky. Hands return to heart center. Inhaling to crescent lunge. Exhaling, hands to the earth, walking them over to the left side of the mat to set up for a prasarita. So hands can be directly underneath the face, but then begin to shift the weight into the balls of the feet, bending the elbows, maybe coming all the way down to your forearms. And now stretching out the hamstrings, the low back, and even the glutes. Rising to tall arms. Walk the hands to the front of the mat, turning the toes, step the back foot in just a little bit. Revolve triangle. So a straight front leg and back leg. Block to the outside of the pinky toe. Left hand to the block, right hand to the hip. Turn the heart to the right. And once you've turned, reach the right arm to the sky. Revolve triangle. Now the body may want the breath to become shallow. So deepen your breath. Control that breath. Hand releases to the earth. Step the left foot forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale to step it forward. Spin the back heel down, rise up. Warrior two. Really allow the lower body to surrender here. Open up that right hip a little bit more and draw the belly in. Shift the rib cage forward, release into side angle pose. Find the length first in the arm span. And then flip that palm and bring the hand behind the back for a half bind. Deepening the breath. Push down into your left heel a little bit more. Right arm to the sky, side angle pose, and return to warrior two. Straightening the front leg, left arm to the sky, hip bones face forward, reach a little taller, stretch out the rib cage, and then on the exhale, hinge into triangle, Trikonasana. Listening to your breath. Right hand comes to the hip, gaze down. Bend the front knee so it stacks over the ankle, toe heel the back foot in a little bit. Left hand comes to the block, step into half moon pose. Reaching the right arm to the sky. Now flexing the back foot will help to engage that glute. And then you can begin to spin the inner thigh toward the sky. Top hand to the earth for standing splits. Really release the crown of the head down for like a one-legged forward fold. Think of it that way. And then lift the gaze once again. Come to the fingertips. Draw that left hip in. Engage that glute that we learned how to work before. And slowly make your way to airplane pose as you reach the arms behind you and lift the chest. Bend the front knee, step the right foot to the back of the mat, rise to crescent lunge. Back knee lifts toward the sky. Draw that left hip in, push down into the left heel. Hands to heart center. Lean forward, lift the back heel. Revolve to the left. Maybe you're opening up earth to sky. Hands can return to heart center. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the earth, walking the hands over to the right side of the mat for another prasarita here. Folding forward. This time maybe reaching the hands for the outer edge of the feet. Shifting more weight into the balls of the feet. Come to tall arms. Walk the hands to the front of the mat to set up that revolved triangle. We'll maybe step the back foot in a little bit. Make sure you have a wide stance between the left and the right foot. Block to the pinky toe side of that left foot. Right hand to the block, left hand to the hip. Revolve to the left, turning that lung, and then the left arm reaches tall. So you might imagine that you're pressing the left hand into a wall. That may help you to find a deeper revolution. Top hand releases to the earth. Step the right foot forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step back. Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. So let's stretch out those glutes and the hips by taking a traditional half pigeon. Right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee to the wrist. Foot to the left wrist. Left leg long behind you. Send your gaze over your right shoulder to draw that left hip forward. And then come to center and fold into your half pigeon. It might be tall arms, forehead to a block, or folding all the way into the half pigeon. Rather than transferring the tension of the hips into the shoulders, see if you can breathe into that tension. Rise to tall arms, tuck the back toes under, eventually make your way to a down dog. And pedal out your feet here. settling into stillness. And then lifting the left leg to the sky. We'll draw that knee forward. Right leg goes long. See if you can spin the outer thigh down toward the earth. Send your gaze over the left shoulder. Come forward and hinge. Spinning that right hip down toward the earth. Rise up to tall arms. Shift the weight into the left hip. Draw that right leg over, stepping the foot to the outside of the left thigh. And then we'll take that left elbow, hook the right knee, drawing that thigh into the chest. Right hand comes behind the back as you twist to the right. Think nice tall spine here. Come to center, change sides so that left foot crosses over the right thigh. We'll hook the right elbow, drawing the left knee in, reaching the left arm behind, lengthening out the spine. Come to center. Come onto your back. We'll take another bridge pose here. This time reach for the outer edges of your mat and pull from one side to the other, tucking the shoulders under. Push down into the heels, lift the hips. Lower down, draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. Take a full body extension. Walk the arms and legs over to the right, crossing that left ankle over the right ankle and reaching for the left wrist. Really pull. Feel that side stretch as well as a bit of a stretch in that IT band. It's a light stretch. Come to center, full body extension, and change sides, walking the arms and legs over to the right. See if you can dial down that right hip a little bit. Return to center. And then bring the feet in toward the sit bones. Arms go out to a T. We'll take a twisted root. Cross that right thigh over the left. Push down into the left foot to shift the hips over to the right. And then release the knees to the left. Gaze to the right. Come back to center. Uncross the legs, lift the hips. And then recross left thigh over the right. Push down into the right foot to shift the hips to the left. Twisting to the right as the gaze goes to the left. Return to center. Give yourself a squeeze. Tight little ball. Reach for the soles of the feet, forehead to the knees. And release Shavasana, final resting pose. Allow yourself to fully surrender, and that means to let go of that deep breath and to come back to your natural breath. Heels become heavy. Thighs loosen toward the mat. Hips release. Soften the shoulders and the fingers and palms. Soften the muscles of your face. And give yourself a few moments to simply be, to simply breathe. Stay here a little longer, or move the head from side to side and find movement in the rest of the body. Full body extension, reaching the arms overhead. Deep breath in as you arch the back. Exhale as you roll to your right. Give yourself a few moments here. And then rise up to Sukhasana, cross-legged seated position. Hands can come to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, press it all out. Inhale. Exhale. Drawing thumbs to third eye center. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Bowing forward. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you were able to activate those glute muscles. They're really important to stabilizing, to protecting, to finding our balance. You may find that the more you are able to work those glute muscles, the better your practice really is in general, but also the better you're able to move just kind of through life. So thanks for joining me today, and have a great day.